Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So we are in Katha Upanishad once again, and we are doing, either you can call it the third section or you can call it the sixth section, whichever way suits. And the topic that is being taken here is what the topic towards the conclusion of the last chapter was about: Adhyatma Yoga. Adhyatma Yoga, yoga of being the self. And what is that self? The one without a second, the all-pervasive principle, that which is the essence of everything, that which is inclusive of everything and nothing is outside of it. Coming to recognize this as the self that I am is the Adhyatma Yoga. And that thought in this concluding section of the Katha Upanishad continues, and here the first topic that is taken is the world is compared to a tree, and we see that this idea comes in Bhagavad Gita also, and in the 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita, this yoga of the Supreme Person. Urdhva moolam adhashakam ashwatham prahuravyayam chandansi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavita adhaschordhvam prasudastasya shakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adhascha moolanunusantataनि कर्माणुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्य ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा. And this way it goes on. There also urdhva moola, an upside down tree was looked at. Here also the first verse will begin, and then we'll look at it. Before we begin the verse, here the connecting commentary is there, and the connecting commentary says तुलावधारणेन एव मूलावधारणं वृक्षस्य क्रियते लोके यथा एवं संसारकार्यवृक्षावधारणेन तन्मूलस्य ब्रह्मणः स्वरूपावधिधारयिषयेयं षष्ठीवल्ली आरम्भते. So just as in the world, when we have made a decision about something, then we go and achieve it. Similarly, we know whether we have seen it or not, whether that is our experience or not. We know that every tree that we put our eyes upon, any tree that we put our eyes upon must be necessarily be getting nourished from the soil that it is growing upon, isn't it? On the earth. Can we see the nourishment that is coming to the roots? No. Can we see the roots? No. All we see is that the tree is there. See? And the same, so here he says, so we come to the conclusion that the tree must be getting nourished by something, by the earth, by some unseen power within the earth. Earth is inert. How come it is giving life to the tree? So in this manner, similarly, in this world of activity, the world is nothing but change. World is nothing but activity, and this whole world of activity is taken to be a tree, and it is not taken as a tree only in Hindu scriptures. In many cultures, it is taken as the tree, and then if this whole tree of life, as we call it, your Hindu satsang mandal also has a tree. So that tree of life, what it is getting nourished by? If a normal physical tree is nourished by some unseen power within the earth, then this whole tree of samsara, what is it getting nourished by? It must be getting nourished by the Brahman, the reality. And so just because we can't see that power in the earth doesn't mean that we don't accept that there is a nourishing power which is other than the tree, which is nourishing the tree, which makes the seed to become a tree, isn't it? Exactly the same way, because we can't see the reality, because we can't see the Brahman, we can't see the Paramatma, doesn't mean that it is not there. There is something which is keeping the whole world of activity going on in perfect unison, day in and day out. The sun keeps rising, the day comes, the night comes, the waking comes, the dream comes, the breath goes in, the breath goes out. Everything is happening perfectly everywhere. See, has our attention gone to this? So, to explain this point, that this tree of life is also nourished by something beyond it, the third Valli begins, or the sixth Valli begins, sixth chapter begins. And the first verse says, Urdhva Molo Vakshakha, Urdhva Molo Vakshakha, Esho Shvatha Sanatanaha, Esho Shvatha Sanatanaha, Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma, Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma, Tadevamrutam Uchyate, Tadevamrutam Uchyate, Tasmin Lokashrita Sarve, Tasmin Lokashrita Sarve, Tadunatyeti Kaschana, Tadunatyeti Kaschana, Etadvaitata, Etadvaitata. Together. Urdhva Mulo Vakshakha, Esho Shvatha Sanatanaha, Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma, Tadeva Amrutam Uchyate, Tasmin Lokashrita Sarve, Tadunatyeti Kaschana, Etadvaitata. So Urdhva Mulo, Urdhva means up. Mula means roots. Vak means down. Shakha means branches. So it must be a caricature. Have you ever seen a tree upside down growing in the world? Oh, Swamiji, on the cliffs we have seen. Yeah. Sometimes they do grow that way. But no. So here, Urdhva Mulo is not to be misunderstood as an upside down tree. The teacher is trying to, as I said before, or as the teacher or the Upanishad is telling us here, Shankaracharya ji will be also telling, that our attention is on the source of nourishment. Something is nourishing the tree. So this entire samsara with all its variety, and what is this samsara? Continuous movement. What is this samsara? Continuous activity. What is this samsara? Space, time and objectivity. Space is continuously changing, time is continuously changing, object, the name and form, that is, and all other sensory perceptions, they are also continuously changing. It's never remaining still. See? Continuous change, continuous change. Urdhva Moolam Vakshakha Eshaha Ashwattha Sanatanaha. And this tree of life is eternal. This tree of life is eternal. When did it begin? It's eternal. It's beginningless. When will it end? It is eternal. We don't know. It will continue. When was your first day? When did you begin your life? Okay, let's put it this way. You will say, I started my life only when I was born. But you have all studied now. I hope you remember that soul never dies. Soul only takes off the clothes and puts on new clothes. If soul could die, then waker will die every day. But does waker die? It only moves to the dream, or it becomes unmanifest. Then the dreamer comes, then it becomes manifest, and the deep sleep comes. So nobody dies. Especially the consciousness never dies. So our definition of death, which we have presupposed it to be an event in our life, has to be changed. It is a principle. It is a happening. Every moment breath is dying. Every moment when you blink your eyes, the world is dead to your vision. Every moment the thought is dying. Every day the waker, dreamer, sleeper are dying. It's the principle of change, which is nothing but the death. See? Urdhva Mulo Vak Shakha Esho Shwattha Sanatana. Vak Shakha. See, just as when we see the rainbow colors in the sky, we know there is a source of light behind, because of which rainbows are appearing. But can you see that source of light? Can you see that source of light? No. But you know, without the source of light, the seven colors cannot come. Understand? If there is an orphan and you happen to come across that orphan, you know by looking at that orphan that he is a product of father and mother. you are not seeing the father and mother, that does not mean that they are not there. Without father and mother, the child cannot come about, isn't it? See? Exactly the same way. Look at yourself. Who are you a product of? Parents. Your parents, of their parents of their parents. And this way it can go back. If you take Sri Ramchandraji's, if you read Bhagavatam in the Sri Ram, in that chapter, the lineage of Sri Ram is given. Lineage. 36, I think it is 36 generations of Ram. Can we see them? Yes, there the names are given. And each of the king has his own story. But where did the whole journey begin from? In our Hindu culture or Sanatan Dharma, we all, if you know those who have their kundali and all, we say Gautama Rishi, we belong to this Rishi, we belong to that Rishi, we belong to this Gotra or that Gotra, isn't it? Where did the Rishis come from? If you say you are from Kashyapa Rishi, Kashyap Gotra, someone says I am Atri Gotra, someone says I am Gautama Gotra, another one says I am Shandilya Gotra, another one says I am Bhardwaj Gotra. So you are not only, on one hand you are connecting yourself, you are a product of all your ancestors. Other than 2-3 of them, you don't know anyone else. You don't know anyone else beyond 2-3. But then how do you know who was the first one? Or where did the whole journey begin from? The moment you say Atri Gotra, I belong to the sage Atri, from there my lineage began. If someone says I belong to the Kashyap Gotra, I belong to the sage Kashyapa, and from that sage my lineage has come down to where I am today. And this way, in our culture, we connect to our ancestors. How many Atri Munis were there? How many sage Atris were there? One. How many sage Kashyap was there? One. How many people are saying that they are belonging to the sage Atri? Millions. Millions. So he married, he had children, his children had children, then they got married, then they had children, then they got married, and eventually after so many thousands of years, we are the product. Understand? We are talking about the tree. He was the seed. For us, if we are from Atri or Bhardwaj or whichever, belonging to whichever lineage of the sage, he was the first, he was the seed. Who was his father? Who was the father of Atri Muni, sage Atri? Who was the father of sage Bhardwaj? There were 7 sages or 9 sages or 11 sages. Different things are there. So who was their father? Brahmaji, the creator. See how far back we are going. It's a foregone conclusion that those who are born in India, they claim, or from their generations, in their lineage it is coming, that they belong to some sage. The father of that sage was Brahmaji. They were mind-born kids of the creator. Who was the father of creator? Ask that question also. Who is the father of creator? Ishvara, the God himself. Creator and God are separate in our culture. Creator, maintainer, and destroyer. These are the three functional expressions of that one reality. Just as mother, daughter, and sister are three functional differences expressing out of a woman. So, where did this whole lineage begin from? From the creator, who was, once it is created, who was maintaining Vishnu. And that which has come into creation must be destroyed. What is that principle which is destroying? Shiva. But who is the father of the creator? He is the Mahavishnu. He is the Ishvara, who through his potentiality invoked the creator. So from that one without a second reality, when it invokes its potentiality, it is called as Ishvara or Mahavishnu or Mahashiv, whichever segment you are following, whichever God you are following, does not matter. That Ishvara, when that Shakti becomes Trigunatmika, makes the first ripple comes in it. The first ripple is invocation of the potentiality. That ripple, when it gives rise to next three ripples, that is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. This is one way of looking at it, okay? Jesus Christ says differently. He says, God willed the world into willed the creation. And they are not wrong. And it happened spontaneously. So in our Srimad Bhagavat, there are so many different types of creations, because there is no one straight answer to say that creation is a result of evolution, or creation is a result of a Big Bang, or creation is a Big Bang meaning the will of God. We accept both, and we use whichever suits us wherever we use it. Because there's no correct answer for it. Our focus is not on creation. Our focus is on the reality. So why spend time and energy and sweat out working out the creation? Take whatever works for you, take that. Point is, our mind must become quiet. Only in a quiet mind we will come to know the reality. But we get distracted, we forget the reality, why we started the spiritual quest, and get fixated on how this creation, our culture says this, the Shaivas say that, the Vaishnavas say that, the Christians say that, the Islam says that. We get caught up in all this. The scientists say that. Where is as a spiritual seeker, where is our focus? And remember, what is the topic we are doing? Adhyatma Yoga. We want to unite with our essential nature. And we have to, and what is this essential nature? One without a second. Can it be known by your mind and intellect? No. What is the impediment? The world, the thoughts of the world. And unless we do not resolve this world in our mind, the mind is not going to become quiet. Something or the other, it will keep popping up. It will keep hijacking you. It will not allow you to sit in silence for sufficient period of time so that you can dive into yourself, or you can access yourself as you are without doubt. Doubt is not about the truth, doubt is only about the world, because nobody has doubt that they exist. Correct? Nobody has doubt that they are living, they are conscious. Nobody has doubt. So doubt is not about we exist or we are conscious. Doubt is about world. I want to know this conscious existence as I want to know, as I see this laptop, as I see this phone, as I see you, like that I want to see. This is called objectification. Truth cannot be objectified. And this is the perfect example. Just like we know something nourishes the tree but we cannot see it, similarly this tree of life is being nourished by some great power which we have given a name: Brahman, Atma, the self, the pure self, or the reality. And it is nourishing the whole thing. You see? Urdhvamulo vakshakha esho shvatha sanatanaha. Sanatana means eternal. And this tree of life is eternal, with no beginning and no end. And remember, I was just telling you, all of us belong to some sage. That those sages are their father was the Creator himself. The Creator, he is not. He also has a lifespan. He also has a lifespan, the Creator. After every kalpa, kalpa is one day. When he goes to sleep, he goes back to his source. And then again, for equal period of time he sleeps. Does that mean we are allowed to sleep for 12 hours and work for 12 hours? Brahmaji does it, why not us? Creator does it. So he goes back to the source, and when he comes back, again, everyone who was there in the creation of the Creator, when the Creator himself is going to sleep, then everyone in the creation is also going to sleep. They have got no choice. If you are going to sleep, then all your memories have to go to sleep. All your desires have to go to sleep. They cannot remain awake. Correct or not? So is it that, so okay, leave it there till that, and then he goes back, and when he comes out, when he wakes up, then everything becomes manifest again. So we don't call it he goes to sleep. Sleep is called in our Shastras, in Upanishads, sleep is called as unmanifest state. Waking and dream are called manifest state. So manifestation, unmanifestation doesn't mean death. It doesn't mean death. It means the seeds are still there. Correct? If I sow some seeds in the ground, some power within that ground germinates that seed, and if I have planted a lemon seed, then a lemon tree will come. I will not get tomatoes on it. If I put in the soil chili seeds, I am going to get a chili plant. I am not going to get a mango plant. As you sow, so you reap. So just like the earth does not discriminate Oh, this seed he has put, mango seed he has put, but I don't like this mango. He went into someone's mouth. He didn't come to the earth and he didn't feed me. I'm going to punish him. So from the mango seed comes out the chili plant or comes out a cactus. Has it ever happened? So earth is non-discriminative. You understand? It is not saying this is bad, this is good, this is ugly, this is evil, this is I'm going to make this one into a thorny plant, I'm going to make this into a smooth plant, I'm to make this into a succulent, I'm going to make this into a tasty fruit giving tree. It is not dictating anything. As the seed, so the tree. Correct? This much you are clear? Similarly, God also does not dictate that I am going to punish this fellow because he did not pray to me. God is all inclusive principle. He is non-discriminative. If you know it, good. If you don't know it, he is still there. The life is still there. Behind life, there is some power. There is life in you, there is life in me, there is life in her, there is life in him. We see different lives expressing through different bodies. How many lives are there? So billions of trees, billions of living organisms in plant kingdom, bacteria, human beings, billions and billions and billions. Billions and billions varieties of life is expressing. There must be one behind. So is he saying, I'm going to make this fellow into a mosquito? No. It all depends upon your karma, your activity. What activity, with what intention, with what purity are we performing action in our life? Are we performing action and are we allowing the action to be performed and seeing that activity that is being performed to be the will of the divine? Or have we taken the charge that I am doing it, that I am blinking, that I am breathing, that I am creating the hunger, that I am creating the dream and sleep, that I am waking up? Or is our attention on the divine? Is our attention on the hand of divine which is making all this happen? He is the ground. He is the foundation. He is the common denominator. Just as earth is the common denominator for every seed to manifest as a tree and give fruits, similarly, that divinity is the common denominator, that is the earth, for all life to express. And how will that life express and unfold? Depending upon the seeds that we have sown. And similar fruits you will get. If you keep performing the same deeds over and over again and expect different results, how are we going to get different results? Like I know one person, he says, oh, people are avoiding me. People go for movies, they don't invite me. People go to a restaurant, they don't invite me. He says that. But he has no nice word to anyone. So what is he sowing? And what is he expecting? If you keep talking ill will about other people, if you keep talking ugly about other people, if you keep talking angrily to everyone and expect that people should call you for movies, people should call you to restaurants, people should call you for a walk, and you keep doing that and you keep expecting, what it will lead to? Frustration, depression. Answer is within us. We, human being, has got the choice. You are studying the Upanishads. Don't expect others to change. We have to change. And here is a vision given. See? And this is eternally going on. Tadeva shukram tad brahma tadeva amrutamuchyate. So the urdhva mula, the roots are above. Don't imagine that way. Look at the source of the whole creation is the divine, is the divinity, is the pure consciousness. And the branches, just like Brahmaji was the creator, and then came the 7 or 9 rishis, and from those rishis, the entire humanity has come out. So, where are the branches today? Can you see those first 2, 3, 7 branches? No. Can you see them? No. Can you see your ancestors? No. But you know that even if I don't see my ancestors, they must have been there. That's why I'm here. See? So why is this whole universe there? There must be a source. There must be a nourisher. There must be the nourisher into which the roots of this entire world are locked in and sucking out the energy, feeding on it. Just like the tree roots feed on the nourishment in the earth, similarly the whole world must be nourishing itself on something. That is the reality. That is the supreme truth. It is also eternal. Etad vaitata, this is that. Declaration. And tadeva shukram tad brahma. Tad eva shukram tad brahma. It is that. So in the previous tadeva amrutam uchyate, sanatanaha. And what is that from which the whole world is nourishing itself? Tadeva shukram tad brahma. That is that Brahman. Tadeva amrutam. And the one who knows it is immortal. The one who knows that is immortal. How will you know it? Speech cannot get there, action cannot get there, mind cannot get there, intellect cannot get there. Stop looking for it outside. Be it. Recognize that the whole world, the whole samsara is only 3: waking, dream, deep sleep. There is no other samsara outside this. Oh, what about the 7 shlokas above and the 7 shlokas down? They are also in the waking only, or the dream, if you are experiencing them, or if you are thinking about them. It is only with this mind you will be thinking about it. You cannot think by some other mind. That one mind alone is expressing as the waking mind, dream mind, no mind. Tadeva amrutam uchyate. Uchyate, it is said, this is the one who knows this Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma, that Brahman, whoever knows, he is said to be, it is of the immortal nature. It is of the immortal nature. Or that is immortality. Tasmin loka shrita sarve. In it, all the planes of existence take refuge. All the planes of existences, Bhurgosva, Tapa, Mahajana, Satyam, and the lower ones, all of them take refuge. Because remember, samsar means these 7 lokas, 14 lokas also. All of them take refuge in that Brahman. They are all getting their nourishment from that Brahman. All the beings in that lokas are getting nourishment from that Brahman. In fact, all those 14 lokas cannot exist without Brahman. And can these 14 lokas, or anyone in these 14 lokas, planes of existence, can they go beyond the truth to know the truth? No, nobody can transcend it. Here this next part, the verse says, next verse means, tadu na natyeti kaschana. Nobody can transcend it. Nobody can know it as an objective experience. Nobody can transcend it. And this is this unique art that we see in Vedanta, which brings our attention to that unknowable knowable. And that unknowable knowable can only be approached by a seeker subjectively, not objectively. So in this manner, etad vaitata, verily this is that. Now the Bhashya says, Urdhva. So the picture is clear about the verse, that we are not here to work out the world. We know we are in the world. We know the world is. We know we cannot deny the world. And until a point where our mind, senses, mind and intellect are being hijacked by the world, and we are seeing the differences, till then we will not come to know the reality. Till that Adhyatma Yoga will not take place. The attempt is to convert our experience of the attempt is to take our attention from the experience of variety and bring it gently to that which is nourishing this variety. That nourisher is one, variety is many. Then the number of thought eruptions in our mind might become less. If thought eruptions become less, then doubts will become less. If doubts are less, confusions are less, clarity is more. In Vedanta, the whole journey is from many to one, and one is one without a second. Story over. If you can come to one without a second, fantastic. If it is not happening, then from many to one, keep working on it. From many to one. Spend time many times a day chanting only one mantra. Make your mind focused. If that is also difficult, focus on the breath. If that is also difficult, do some. Keep washing dishes again and again. Single pointedness. झाड़ू मारते रहो बार बार. Single pointedness. So here he says, ऊर्ध्व मूलम यत् तद् विष्णोः परमं पदम् अस्येति सोऽयम् अव्यक्तादि स्थावरान्तः संसार वृक्ष ऊर्ध्वमूलः. So urdhva means that which is up, that which is higher, that which is up, meaning that which is just like the roots of the trees are tethered to the earth. Similarly, the roots of this samsara like tree are tethered to the Vishnu Paramam Padam, to the feet of Vishnu. Somewhere in Bhagavatam it came, but I can't remember the verse. The whole universe, the whole creation, which creation, not only which you have seen, from beginning till beginningless and endless creation, is only a dot on the right toenail of Lord Vishnu. Means it's insignificant. And in that one dot is the entire past, present, future universe, and in that, out of these three, in that present universe, in that one galaxy, which is only a medium galaxy, in that one of the suns, in that one of the planets, in that one of the human being is studying Katha Upanishad. Insignificant. As insignificant for you is a mosquito. Mosquito can be significant. If it bites, you can still reaction. An amoeba or a bacteria, it's insignificant. You don't know where it is. That insignificant we are to that. But here point is not insignificance. Point here is that the entire universe is nourished by that infinite being, infinite reality. Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. It is the root. It is the root. So, and this entire universe from unmanifest to manifest. From unmanifest to manifest. Now, in your experience, what is unmanifest to manifest? Someone tell me.
From deep sleep and dream to waking state?
Yes, unmanifest is deep sleep, manifest is waking state. Same thing is happening at totality level. What is all this totality and individuality? How is it getting samashti and vyashti? the micro and the macro, how is it getting nourished? It is getting nourished by that divinity. How is that wave getting nourished? By the waters. Where is the water? In and through the wave. Wave cannot imagine its existence without water, isn't it? So from unmanifest to manifest is this entire world tree, or the tree of life, which is tethered into the divinity. Our vrikshascha vrashchanat. This is the definition of vriksha. Vriksha, what is the meaning? Vrashchanat, that which can be cut down is called a tree. Very important now. Can the divinity be cut down? No. You can forget it, but even if you say you forget it, it's still there behind you. Without it, life cannot express, whether you accept or you don't accept. But the tree, now come to the physical tree, then we'll come to the world tree. The physical tree is called a vriksha. And what is the definition of vriksha? Vriksha vrashchanat. That which can be cut down is a tree. The tree can be living, like our peepal tree or the bodhi tree. It has lived for 1,200 years now. The great redwoods, there are 700, 1,000 years old in America, which they have all cut down now. Now hardly anyone is left. If you go to Dandenongs, there are some those redwood forest is there. There you can see one or two trees which are 300, 400 years old. Huge, huge trunk. If population keeps growing the way it is, one day that will also get cut. Where we are living right now, where your house is right now, there used to be trees. Only 30, 40 years ago. All this was farms. Before the farms, there were only forests. All the pioneers, they cut all the trees for grazing. After that, as population grew, now we have the houses. That which can be cut is a tree. Can the tree of the world can it be cut? Can the world tree can be cut? Tree of creation, can it be cut? I'm asking.
It's cut in the deep sleep, Swamiji.
It's cut in the deep sleep. Means it's not available. It's not cut completely because it grows back. When you wake up, it grows back. So as we said, here cut means unmanifest, manifest. But yes, you can cut. As a human being, you have a choice to live as one of the aspects of the tree, or take your attention away from the various branches, leaves, fruits, flowers, etc. of a trunk, branches. Take your attention away from the various variety of the tree and shift your attention to that which is nourishing the tree. Then you have cut the tree consciously. In deep sleep, it is happening unconsciously. In meditation, it can come about consciously. But what happens in meditation is complete severing is not taken place. The memories are still present, they have just become unmanifest, that's all. So when we say the creator went back, became unmanifest and he came out, then Brahmaji is only going into his Nirvikalpa Samadhi and coming back out. For him to realize, he has to take human birth. See how important a human birth is, and we are human. Take advantage of it. Apply everything that you have. Focus. Vrikshascha vrashchanat. So that which can be cut is called vriksha. Vrashchanat means to that which can be cut. Janma jara marana शोकाध्यने धन एकानर्थात्मकः प्रतीक्षणमन्यथा स्वभावः माया मरीचि उदक गंधर्व नगरादिवत् दृष्ट नष्ट स्वरूपत्वाद् अवसाने च वृक्षवद् भावात्मकः कदली स्तंभवन्निः सारो अनेक शतपाखंड बुद्धि विकल्प अस्पदस्तत्व विजिज्ञासुभिः अनिर्घारितेदं तत्त्वः वेदांत निर्धारित परब्रह्म मूलसारः अविद्या काम कर्म अव्यक्त बीज प्रभवः अपरब्रह्म विज्ञान क्रियाशक्ति द्वयात्मक हिरण्यगर्भांकुरः सर्वप्राणी लिंग भेद स्कंध तृष्णा जल अवसेक उद्भूत दर्पः बुद्धि इंद्रिय विषय प्रवालांकुरः श्रुति स्मृति न्याय विद्योपदेश पलाशः यज्ञ दान तप आदि अनेक क्रिया सुपुष्पः सुख दुःख वेदना एक रसः. It all these are, it goes on. Okay, I thought it will conclude, it didn't. So what is he saying here? So we are talking about Sansar Vriksha. What is this Sansar Vriksha? Remember, we are in love with our Sansar. And our Samsar is what? Now the whole list goes on. This is your Samsar. That person who Janma, birth, Jara, old age, Marana, death, Shoka, misery, etc. With all this meaningless, useless ideas one who is filled up with. Janma, Jara, Marana, Shoka, Dhane, Eka Anarthatmakaha. This Anartha, the one who is thinking that all this is real, Atmakaha, Anarthatmakaha, taking this birth, old age, death, miseries, etc. as real. Then one who is taking, and this is samsara, And what else is this sansar? Pratikshana manyatha swabhavaha. Pratikshana manyatha. Every moment new emotions are arising. If I ask you a question here, why Swamiji asked me this question? And if you ask me a question, sometimes I may answer, then you are happy. If I don't answer, then you are unhappy. Look at the child. I went to Bodh's place, her granddaughter. If I look at her, she starts crying. I show her my back, she starts smiling. And I was playing that. She's absolutely fine. All I have to say is, I forget her name. क्या नाम था उसका? बोध. Anyway. So every time I looked at her, she'll start crying. What is that? Every moment her emotion is changing.
उसका नाम श्रेया.
Shreya. So every moment her emotion is changing. Is it that our emotions are equally changing with as the world is coming and presenting itself to us? Catch. So world is changing emotions, and we feel changing emotions are the spice of life. Otherwise, it will be so dull with no variety. Are you here for variety or are you here for realization? First decide that. So this samsar, in this samsar, pratikshana manyatha swabhava. Your swabhav keeps changing. Your emotions keep changing. Your interactions keep changing. Then Maya Marichi. Maya, you understand the illusion. Marichi is imagination. Marichi means the mirage. What is mirage? That which is not but appears. What is imagination? That which is not but appears. And majority of the people are living in their mental world, always imagining something. I will do this, I will do that, I will achieve this, I will achieve that. Not living in the present. Not living with the truth that they are. And because of the Maya, this mirage of life that is presenting itself, and the Gandharva Nagari. Gandharva Nagari is the creating castles in the air. Gandharva Nagari is castles in the air. Gandharva Nagaradi vad drashta nashta swarupatvad avasane cha. Like that Gandharva Nagari, like that castles in your imagination, which appear and then disappear, are created by your mind and then get destroyed. Exactly the same way, your dreams are destroyed, your aspirations are destroyed, your imagination, fanciful imaginations do not fructify. All this is life does not fructify if it is not realized. So janma, jara, marana, shoka, various emotions, various fanciful imaginations, everything comes to an end. everything it leaves you. Just like that tree can be cut, they all also get cut. And then, and in the end, just as the tree becomes non-existent, just as the tree becomes, a physical tree becomes non-existent because it has been cut, similarly, here it is said, kadali stambha vannihi sarah aneka shata pakhanda buddhi विकल्पास्पद तत्व विजिज्ञासु भी. We'll come to that. Just as kadali stambha, like the banana plantain tree, when that banana plantain tree, when it is cut, after that, from that cut tree you will not get bananas. You will not get any fruit. You will not get any tree out of it. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same way. It is nissar. Nissar means it is without any nectar, without any fruits. And then it says that अनेक शत पाखंड बुद्धि विकल्पास्पद. This samsar has become the support. This samsar has become the refuge for infinite number of pakhand buddhi people. Those who have twisted intellect. And they are out there to prove. Who are these people? Who are these people? Vaisheshikas, Jains, Bauddhas. Only Vedanta gives you the overview of everything. Vaisheshikas are stuck. What I see is what I believe. Story over. Make merry. Death, I don't know what death is. Birth, oh, I don't know. How does it matter? Where I came from? How does it matter where I go? I will enjoy my life. Yena kena prakarena. Jains, they take the atom to be the source of the whole life. Sankhya, they take before that Bauddha takes absence as the conclusion. Sankhya, they take consciousness per unit as a reality. They don't take conscious as one without a second. And this way it goes on. Where are we getting stuck? So those who argue in this manner, who are these people who argue on scriptures or take this world of birth, growth, disease, decay, death, those who take joys and sorrows, those who take the emotions, those who take the various concepts or ideas and imaginations, hope. One must hope. Hope what? Something in this world. They want to practice non-violence. Tell me, in this whole world, who has been non-violent ever? The whole life is about the strong devouring the weak. Even if it comes to a plant, plants are also carnivorous. Plants are also carnivorous. Survival of the fittest. But fittest not only at the body level. Fittest is he who has come to know he is the infinite. Then there's nothing to fear about. But those people who have taken this world, some people talk about the waking world, some people are more intelligent, they write books on a dream. And if you come to know the dream, I can tell you where your life is going. Some people can read someone's mind, some people can read the auras, some people can show the various potentialities. Some people say, we went to this loka, that loka, other lokas, planes of existences. They went to heaven, different heavens, and then they came back. You get so many stories on YouTube. And they talk about that, and then someone will say, no, it was not like that when I went. The other will say, no, it was like that when I went. And then they argue with each other. Heaven was also different for each. See? Who are these people? Pakhandi. They are the biggest hypocrites. They are the biggest dhurt. They are the most, what was the word I used before for the intellect? Corrupted intellect. Pakhandi buddhi.
Swamiji,
Ah,
is that the same with like oracle cards?
what is that? Oracle what?
Oracle cards, is that the same thing?
Yeah, everything is that. Don't ever get into all that.
Yeah.
That, tarot, and so many things are going on, man. What we are studying here is how to be the truth, how to be that principle, how to be that reality. Because if I start living my life based on tarot cards, I have given those cards more importance than the consciousness that I am. Correct or not?
Yeah, definitely.
So our whole game in the Upanishads is the highest knowledge. There's nothing greater than this. And their job is only one, to bring us and indicate to us that please focus on the consciousness that you are. Don't give any credence, any value, any importance to any aspect of this creation. Because what is happening in the creation? Creation is coming into existence, staying for some time, and going out of existence. All that which is coming, staying, and going is not worthy of pursuit. So birth is coming, it will conclude in death. The misery is coming, misery will also conclude and it will go away. Emotions are coming, they will also come and go away. Concepts are being formed, they will. As childhood, my concept was different. As a teenage, my ideas of living life were different. Vedanta doesn't allow you to form a concept, because Vedanta is you. Vedanta is that infinite consciousness. Vedanta is that reality. Vedanta is that Veda Anta. Veda is the scriptures. Anta is end of scriptures, is where you begin. Meaning where the word ends. In Christianity also, first came the word. But for the word to come, God has to be there before. Our attention is on that God who is before the word. Our attention is not on the word. But the only way we can communicate is through words. and we are using it in such a way that it concludes to silence. And that silence is not necessarily absence of words. That silence is beyond presence of thoughts and absence of thoughts. You can access that silence right here and now while listening also. If our attention, if our poise is in our own essential nature. Not on thoughts, not on examples, not on words, but all these words, what are they telling us? They are talking to you about the ephemerality of the world. And what is this world which comes and goes? What is that which is nourishing this coming and going of the world? What is that which is nourishing the coming and going of all the waves? Water. Does water come and go? No. See? There it is easy. Yeah, I can see water, but then why am I calling it a wave? Your fault. Because for communication, you have to use the word wave. You have to use the word ocean. You have to use the word tide. You have to use the word breaker. While you are using all that, our poise is our attention is everything is water only. But what happens in that example? It's easy. But when it comes to the world, I'm looking at all the names and forms, I'm looking at the variety of the world, but I'm trying to look for the essence in the world. Very difficult. So this example is given, just like a tree needs some nourishment for somewhere for it to grow. This world is also continuously expanding. It's not, you can't see it collapse. It is collapsing and expanding at the same time. Just like in a tree also, continuously the leaves are falling, new branches are shooting out, fruits are falling, new buds are coming, becoming flowers, becoming fruits, then they fall, and the cycle goes on and on. Creation, maintenance, destruction, creation, maintenance, destruction is going on. Where is that energy? What is the source of its nourishment? We can't see it, but we know it is there. Similarly, we see this creation is also continuously being born, maintained, and destroyed at microcosmic to macrocosmic level. There must be some power behind. Call it X factor, call it God, call it divinity, call it reality, call it eventually it will say that you are. Because in this creation also, this body is a part of this creation, these senses are a part of this creation, these thoughts and mind is a part of this creation, this intellect is a part of this creation. This life which is expressing through this body is also a part of this creation. So we have to recognize I am that, or the reality is that, which alone is expressing as life in different forms. And that reality is expressing in and through me. So do I accept myself as only this individual consciousness, or do I accept myself as the infinite consciousness? The moment I take the position of infinite consciousness, how do I do it? Stand apart. Be the witnessing consciousness of waking, dream and deep sleep. Story over. These are the only three worlds that you can experience in your life. The moment you take that position, the matrix starts collapsing. As long as you take the position of an individuality, matrix keeps becoming complicated. The moment you become the witness, take the poise, everything starts dissolving. So here he is saying that all this corrupted intellect, they take this whole world they take this world as their support and live to maintain their world. They maintain their world maybe by health wise, they maintain their world by family wise, they maintain their world by politically. They don't want to leave their seat like Dhritarashtra. He doesn't want to leave his seat, the throne. Some people want to maintain their world by amassing the wealth. Other people want to maintain the world by collecting memories. Nowadays it's so easy. Keep shooting photographs. And what is spirituality? Dissolution of all memories is spirituality. So be very conscious in what you do in life. We maintain the world by aspiring for something in the future. The moment we aspire for the future, we have lost the present. Reality is present here and now. At this very moment, while you are listening, if you are in the poise, that's it. Nothing else needs to be done. You don't even have to think, I am thinking for you, or the Upanishad is thinking for you. All you have to do is listen and be in tune with the thought development that is taking place. And while listening, you will find yourself in the poise. Just like when you are doing japa, the japa is going on, suddenly you find you are watching that the japa is going on. If you have experienced that. Exactly the same way. You are listening, satsang is going on, you find yourself in the poise, you are witnessing that satsang is going on. The words are falling on your ears. Understanding is taking place in the mind. Nothing to do with you. You are the witness. In contrast to these crooked intellect people who take the world to be real and take refuge in the world, the others are tattva vijignyasubhihi anirdharita idam tattva vedanta nirdharita parabrahma moola saraha. In contrast to that, I think it's those who are wise so they are focused on what? They are not focused on the world. They are not focused on the idam. They are focused on aham. Aham means I. They are not focused on that. The moment I say, remember, I given this example. The moment I say Usha, immediately Usha with her Ravi comes, with her son and daughter comes, with her the grandchildren come, with her the house comes. The box opens up into variety. So when I think of idam, that is many. Aham is one. What was our rule? From many to one. So if you try to look for the one in the many, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So who are these wise people? They do not give heed, they do not give value to the idam, to the thatness, to the variety. What is the variety? Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, imagining, what all, birth, death, the various emotions, the various concepts. It does not give value to anything. Who are these? Wise people. Then what do they give value to? Only to the and because this idam, the thatness, just like river water is continuously changing, you cannot catch the river, correct? Similarly, this world is continuously changing, you cannot catch the world also. So what can you talk about it? How can you take refuge in something that which is continuously changing? And therefore we say, don't take refuge in the words. Words are only carriers. Take refuge in what the words are indicating, and that is you. Therefore, Vedanta, Anta, end of words. It's not a concept, it's not a philosophy, it's not an idea, it's not an imagination. Then what is it? It's you, Baba. It's you. In essence, that's you. Have the courage to drop the idam. Arun Maharishi says, Kastvam koham kuta ayata. Who am I? From where have I come? What is my source? Who am I? We keep reading books on who am I without coming to the I. We are interested. Oh, I finished Upadeshar. Oh, I finished Ramana Gita. Oh, I finished that. Oh, I finished this Upanishad. We find great value and self accolades that I have studied Upanishads and around Maharishi texts. But what he is telling there, what this Upanishad is telling, have we come to realize that? Have we come to recognize the true nature of I? Have we come to realize the thought-free I that I am? Thought-free. Anyway, so these wise people, they do not focus on the world of variety, they do not focus on idam, which is not a support for any damn thing in this creation, because it's continuously changing, because that is its nature. Therefore, these wise people, they focus on what? They focus on the that which is indicated by the Vedanta, which is the Parabrahma, which is the source of the whole creation, source of the whole world. Remember, the moment I say world, world is waking, dream, deep sleep, manifest and unmanifest world, or gross, subtle and causal world. and which is avidya kama karma avyakta bija prabhavaha apara brahma विज्ञान क्रिया शक्ति द्वयात्मक. इट गोज ऑन, एक एक करके लेते हैं. सो इट इज फ्री ऑफ अविद्या काम कर्म. सो व्हाट इज दैट? That which is born out of. So what is this? So the reality is the essence of the whole creation. And where does the creation come from? The world or the creation comes from ignorance, which leads to kama, which is desire, and the desire leads to karma, which is action. And that which was unmanifest has become manifested. So where do you go? Where does your body go? Where does your family go? Where does your house, everything that you know right now, where will it go when you go to sleep tonight? It will become unmanifest. How do you know the whole world that you know at this moment? Only through manifest thoughts. Everything that you know, this fan, this laptop, these words, these ideas that we are Upanishad is presenting to you, the space-time objectivity, everything is known by way of thoughts. Where will all these space-time objectivity by way of thoughts, where will it go in deep sleep? It will become unmanifest. And tomorrow morning what will happen? Unmanifest. Unmanifest means that which is gross has gone back to be in the seed form. And tomorrow what will happen? That seed will germinate again. When? Tomorrow morning. Are you making it germinate? Are you making it are you making the whole world to go back into the seed form? Are you doing it, or it's happening? It's going on. So decide what type of seeds you want to cultivate. Do an experiment tonight when you go to sleep. Chant Ram, 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 Ram with love, devotion, surrender. Call out to him with love. Or you can say Jesus. Call out or chant Om. And allow the Om to drag you into sleep. Exhaust yourself chanting the Om so that your mind goes to sleep. Watch what happens tomorrow. The first thought that will come the moment you wake up is Om. So it means, what was the seed that you sowed? Om seed. What was the seed that germinated? Om manifested when you woke up. If this experiment you do and become convinced of the experiment, oh, it's time, and you become convinced that it is your direct experience, and if you are truly dedicated to the spirit that you are, then you will not waste time thinking anything else. You will be very, very careful what thoughts you cultivate. And the wise people do exactly that. What they do will continue in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.